it really felt like the days just passed so quickly that I was able to be with my family, recharge a little bit, but I'm back at it. I'm back in uniform. I'm back in the midst of this, hearing the sound of bullets shooting, the familiar sound. It's been over 200 days that I've been at this, and it was good to rest, but thanks for praying for strength for me. I know that God is giving me the strength, and I look around and I say, what is going on in the world? How many nations are involved directly in what's going on here? I mean, you just had with the missiles from Iran, and then you have, of course, people in Jordan shooting down those missiles, people in Saudi Arabia helping. You have involved, of course, Israel, Lebanon, Gaza, United States, United Kingdom, France, Yemen, Saudi Arabia, even Iraq and Syria. Only troops, though, of other nations stationed in those two areas. But it's really a multi-front war here, and people are making a choice. Nations are making a choice, and students are making a choice. And it was disheartening, to see what's going on at Columbia University and Jewish students being screamed at, abused, and told to go back to Poland. They told us, go, get out of here. In Europe, we went and made Aliyah to the Promised Land. Then they say, get out of the Promised Land, get out of America, the safe haven for Jewish people. I don't understand what's going on, but I saw pro-Hamas students, pro-Al-Qassam students there, I saw the Hezbollah flag of the terrorist group Hezbollah, and even Shai Davdai, assistant professor at Columbia Business School, was denied access to get in, blocked by protesters, and you see that safety for the Jewish students is being questioned. Are they safe? Will they be punched? This one student got a flag in the eye, and you just wonder what's going on. New York Governor Kathy Hochul visited the Columbia University, and suddenly, right then, she sees that they had to switch to online classes because it was just too dangerous, to safety concerns, and these protests, these chants, death to America, death to Israel. You hear it, and from the river to the sea, and it's happening not just in Yale, MIT, but New York University, Harvard. Police are arresting some of these people. Lockdowns are happening. So it's really concerning what's going on. And you have Rabbi Moshe Hauer and President Biden both strongly condemned the anti-Semitic elements of these protests. It's not just expressing what you think. These are very, very extreme things to say, like death to America, death to Israel, and being pro-terror groups. Orthodox Jewish Union is emphasizing maybe there needs to be more, actions taken by the law enforcement, maybe arresting more of these protesters. I don't know what exactly to do, but these are really hard times, and this is during Passover when the miracles happen and the greatest exodus and aliyah of the Jews happen. I know this is when the Warsaw Ghetto on Passover in the history, the uprising in the Warsaw Ghetto. You have, ship-named Exodus. You have a lot of historical Passover happenings, even the blood libel against the Jewish people. And here we are again and that was in the Middle Ages, but here we are again in Passover, and we have to make a stand against bullies like Iran, against the massacring of like Hamas massacre and the Islamic Jihad and the Izz al-Din al-Qassam and so on. But I wanted to say in this time, I want to count the Omer. I really, really want to count the Omer, and it says in Leviticus 23, you shall count the Omer from the eve of the second day of Passover, when an Omer of grain is to be brought. An Omer is like a sheaf. They will come rejoicing, bringing in the sheaves. Bringing in the sheaves. It's like the first fruits offering to God. And then you count every day for 7 complete weeks. It says the day after the 7th week of your counting will make 50 days. So that's 49 days of counting. On the 50th day, you have this big feast before the Lord. And every day you say, and I'm going to be starting to do this. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al sfirat ha'omer. We thank God for His grace, that He sanctifies us by His grace. But it says, blessed are you, this is the tradition, blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who sanctifies us by your commandments and commanded us to count the Omer. Then you hold this grain, if you have a little grain, and you say, blessed are you, and you say, Hayom Yom Echad LeOmer. Today is the first day of the Omer. And I just think, as we, people say tithes, they say offerings, but offerings, this is an offering. This is saying, wow, God, you are gathering the Jewish people home. You are fulfilling your appointed times. And it leads us all the way up to Pentecost, to Shavuot. from the middle of this time, and we're just going to maintain this first fruits holiday. And I really am encouraged myself to actually give a first fruits gift. And I'm just praying about where to do it, how to do that. But this is a time to remember that everything we have is from God. And so please count with me this Omer and just thank God for the blessings he's given us, even above and beyond. Thank you, friends, for standing strong.